Hey, it's his sister Roland. All I need is a few minutes. So the other day I was scrolling on YouTube and I heard from a YouTuber, O'Shea Duke Jackson, that Cynthia G's YouTube had gotten hacked. So I went over there and realized it was true. And many people have mixed feelings about her and what happened to her. Some people were happy, saying that's good for her. Others were saying, even though you don't agree with her content, you should still, try to help her get her channel back or whatever. Well, the only people I would say that probably was happy in a sense that that happened to her channel, if you're not a content creator, because if you are a content creator, it takes a lot of work to do content, to make videos. So for this to happen, this could happen. If this happened to her and there's not really a reason why it happened, it can happen to you also. You never know. But people have a bunch of theories why it did happen to her. But while I was over there, I went in the comments and I noticed this comment. And that's why I'm making this video. So this lady says, Sin, can you cover the latest Love and Marriage Huntsville Maurice? Maurice is an absentee father in the home, and Kimmy is playing submissive to a man who is intellectually inferior to her. Now, the second response, I thought it was together, but I think the second response was in response to somebody that left a comment for Cynthia G. So disregard that. But this comment reminded me of something Derek Prince said, and we're gonna listen to what the late Derek Prince said.
This is only for myself, but it concerns me is if I can't explain something simply, it is because I haven't understood it clearly. And I work at it until I can. I think of my precious first wife who used to sit in the front row and pray for me. And I mean, she prayed earnestly. But when she bowed her head and clasped her hands, I thought to myself, now what have I done? But God answered her prayers. See, she was much older than I was, an experienced missionary. She could have lorded it over me. She could have dominated me, and she didn't. She backed off, took the position of a wife, and let me be the head of the family. And in the long run, and it was a long run, it paid off. I could have easily been submerged beneath my much more experienced and gifted wife. And some of you wives maybe are making that mistake. You're much sharper, you're much quicker, you're much cleverer than your husband. But don't take his place, because the result is confusion.
So that was Derek Prince. I would call him like a Bible teacher. He would go around the world basically teaching the Bible, him and his first wife, and then he married again up until his death, I believe in 2003. I think he lost his life, if I'm not mistaken. But his teachings are so relevant in the time that we're living in. And if you have been on this channel for a while, I've covered Cynthia G. She has her content is, I would say, damaging, troubling, though a lot of her followers think it's not. But for you as a woman to think, just because you may be, just like he said, his wife was smarter, more clever, but she fell back. She fell back and prayed for him until God did what he needed to do in his life. And we see how impact, if you know about Derek Prince, you see how the impact he has left in this world. People who have encountered him when he was alive and even in his death. how his teachings are changing people's lives. So his wife, not, being taking that authoritarian position, though she could have, because she probably knew more than him. She was more experienced in the missionary field. But she fell back, and she was took her position as a wife. And as we know, this Cynthia G, she tells them, you don't need this stuff like that. She's against marriage and stuff like that. This, with things that she says, and she promotes, you don't need a man. You just need a like a live-in dick. So that's what she's saying. So her followers, that's what they think. And some people think like she has a certain demographic that follows her. She has a all different types of women that come from different backgrounds and different careers, different education levels. She has all type of things. But one thing in common that I see that they have when I be in the comments, they have been hurt by a man or men, and or their thinking, their their image of men have been warped by whatever society, by people like Cynthia G, like people in their communities, like a aunt, a great aunt, a grandmother, or whatever, something, some person that has, given them this image of men. And then a lot of them think that men are inferior to them. You know, they can't, they up there. They don't need no man. And I'm like, wow. But then again, with this type of thinking, you already disqualify yourself from a good man, because people say, "Oh, there's no more good men." No, there are good men. You're not gonna find them because you're insane in the membrane. So God is not gonna let you see them until if you ever, get the healing that you need, or whatever, the freedom, the deliverance. Some people don't even need healing. You need to be delivered. Delivered. So it's not that there, because in everything, remember, God always has a remnant. No matter what you see on this earth, God will always has a remnant. Because when Elijah thought, "Oh my God, I'm the only prophet. Everybody," that God was like, "Calm down. I got 7,000 that haven't bowed to Baal." God always has a remnant. No matter how bad you see women acting, how bad men are acting, how bad kids are doing, this is going on. There's no more good wives. There's no more good husbands. God always has a remnant. God always will keep a remnant, and He will always keep people to show that it's not everybody. And this is unfortunate. This is the type of mindset that a lot of women in that follow her have. But this type of mindset, the people with this mindset, you need to completely stay away from. Because at the end of the day, a lot of stuff, people pick and choose what they want to believe in the Bible. A lot of stuff comes from the Bible. But at the end of the day, God has established a man as the leader, as the head. Now, if you did not, in your choosing process, when you were dating, did not vet this man properly, and you chose this man who you think is intellectually inferior to you, he's dumb, oh, he don't know nothing, or whatever, okay, that's on you. You still supposed to follow his lead if that's what you choose, to marry. Now, if you don't marry him, you see, he's not intellectually up to your standards, okay, you could walk away, whatever, and keep on looking for whoever's up to your intellectual standards. But if a person is married, like as she is referring to these people from the Love and Marriage Huntsville, they are married. And sometimes with some of these standards these women have, this is what causes them to, oh, I'm looking for somebody that's intellectually up to par, up to my standards. They look, they don't find the person, because you probably not going to find the person that has, everything that you're looking for. Sometimes the person later on, with time, with things that God have endowed in a woman, because a woman is blessed with gifts and talents and all kind of words of affirmations to make her husband, what God would have him to be. But we don't know how to use them stuff. We use it in a bad way to put down the man. So then they end up in desperation, just picking any man, and then you ready looking down upon men. You look down upon men because you think you're smarter, you think you have more money, or you have more class, you have whatever people may think, and that's how you start acting in this relationship. And this is why a lot of relationships don't last. This is why a lot of relationships end very badly. This is why a lot of things go on in certain relationships, because a person there is a person in the relationship that is already coming in, you know thinking that they are better. I'm better than you, because this is the type of mentality. Because from the comment, I'm better than you. Kimmy is better than Maurice. Why is she settling for this man? Okay, I could never settle because I am intellectually superior. Um, and I don't see any man that could live up to my standards. Okay. So these type of teachings are very dangerous, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But people making that's how people make money now. You feed people's pain, and that frustration and that desperation, and but you're not really offering any real solutions, like how to know a man is, intellectually up to your standards. If you are attracted to this man, but he's not to your you know intellectual standards, because we're not even going into money wise and other things, what do you do? What do you do in certain situations? What do you do if it's been years and you've been looking and you can't find it? There's really no solutions. But just I'm going to continue to feed your pain and your frustration and your anguish with men. Anyway, that's all I had to say on the situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.